I think up until now we've done about 4 videos on the deity, the subject of Chakrasamvara. Male deity, Buddhist, generally with consort, Vajrayogini. It can be with others. Vajrayogini is not the only consort of Chakrasamvara. The same as Vajradaka is not the sole consort of the deity Vajra. There are others depending on the physical appearance of the deity. But with Chakrasamvara, it's really quite complex, and that's why we haven't gone into a tremendous amount of detail with the previous videos, and also why we've not got into a lot of detail and information on the Himalayan Art Resources website. It's just extremely complicated. I think I've counted over 50 different traditions of Chakrasamvara coming into Tibet from India in the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th century. So there's a lot of different traditions, and a lot of these have different appearances, of course different lineage teachers, and they have different numbers of deities in the mandala, and they come out of various Chakrasamvara tantras, because Chakrasamvara doesn't come out of just one tantra. It's like actually a group or a cycle of tantras. So for the topic now, I think what we really need to look at is that for Chakrasamvara, for looking at the physical appearance in art of Chakrasamvara, we have standard, and then we have unusual forms. Standard forms and unusual forms. So the standard forms, we can say there's really 4. And the forms are not actually based on appearance. They're based on tradition and what is most commonly found in art. So the first of these is Heruka. Heruka just means one-faced, two-armed here. We're not talking about Nyingma, we're not talking about the Guyagarbha Tantra or anything like that. We're talking about Sarma tradition, later Tantra coming out of India. And we have the Heruka form is one-faced, two-armed. Now it can be with a consort or without, always standing. Then we have what's called the Lunak Dril Sum, the 3 Chakrasamvara traditions. We have the Luipa, the Krishnacharin, and the Ghantapa. And these 3 are the most famous traditions of Chakrasamvara in Tibetan Buddhism. It doesn't matter, Sakya, Kagyu, Jonang, Gelug, it just doesn't matter. These are the 3 most famous. But we understand them from the point of view of the name of the Mahasiddha and the tradition it's coming down through. The Ghantapa has fewer figures in the mandala. The Krishnacharin and the Luipa have the same. The only difference visually that we can really recognize right away between the Luipa and the Krishnacharin is the Luipa. With Luipa, the Vajrayogini, the consort, red in color, has both legs wrapped around the torso of the Heruka, of the father deity, and for the Krishnacharin, Vajrayogini has the right leg wrapped around the I believe it's the right leg wrapped around the torso, and the left leg down. So it could be the other way around. I would have to look. But what's important is the Vajrayogini has one leg down, one leg up. Sometimes the consort is in the Vajravarahi form of Vajrayogini. Other times it's in just simply Vajrayogini form. So these are the main ones. Then we have a whole list of unusual ones coming out of different tantras and coming out of different Mahasiddha traditions. We have the Abhidana Dakarnava. Now those are the names of tantras. Then we have the Advayavajra. That's the name of a Mahasiddha, Indian Mahasiddha. Then we have the Dhutaguna Chakrasamvara, but that's coming out of the Kambalapada Mahasiddha tradition. Then we have the donkey face. Now donkey face, we generally have one with a 62 deity mandala, but we also can find a one-faced four-armed donkey face. Then we have a number of different Chakrasamvaras according to the tradition of Mitra Yogin. So he's another Indian Siddha teacher. Then we have the famous Samvarodaya form of Chakrasamvara. Samvarodaya here is the name of a tantra. Then the Shat Chakravarti, that's the name of a form of Vajra coming out of a Tantra. Then we have the Tong Drel tradition. Then we have the Vajradaka tradition. And then we have quite a number of forms of white Chakrasamvara coming down through different teachers. Luipa is one of them. Now, these are just names of tantras and names of teachers. But this is also how Chakrasamvara is understood. What are the most common forms, the standard forms, and then what are the uncommon forms, or the unusual forms. Later on we'll look at Chakrasamvara based on appearance, how many faces, what colors, how many arms, consort, no consort. And then we'll also look on mandala configurations, because that is really quite complex in terms of how we understand the different mandalas. So we'll leave it there. You can press the like button, you can subscribe, you can join Hara on Patreon, and you can also make a donation directly on the homepage of Himalayan Art Resources.